Hello, my networking friend. Oh my gosh, what a day. Have you had a day? Do you feel like you lost a day this week given the holiday of Labor Day on Monday for everyone in the US and I believe Canada also celebrates? Because I feel like I lost a day. I have been in back to back meetings and it's all been good. It's all been good. But if you're wondering why I'm going live right now, that's why. I typically go live between 3:30 and 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I have been in back-to-back meetings, but I am a woman of integrity and I hold to my commitments and I have committed that I will be live every Wednesday afternoon for networking know-how. This is the weekly training where I go live and I share a quick tip for you to be able to network more stress-free like we do in our Down and Dirty Networking online community. Now, if we haven't connected yet, let me just quickly introduce myself. Hey, guys, so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. We haven't connected yet. I'm Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. And so let's kind of get into today's networking know-how training. So, Inger, you're definitely going to know that. She is definitely a connection catalyst and understands the power of networking. So, here's the quick tip of what I learned today. One, when you want to be a person of integrity, you hold the commitments to yourself. That's how you build confidence. Whether or not I'm a little bit late, I'm going to go live every Wednesday. That's the commitment I've made to myself and to all of you watching. And so I'm going to do, even if it's a couple of hours late. So I'm going to tell you, give yourself permission and grace to do what you need to do. If I just couldn't have gotten it done today, I wouldn't have gotten it done. That's okay too. Now, how does this relate to relational networking? Simple. How do you unlock your potential? It's simple. You utilize relational networking. Now, let me describe what I mean between relational networking and what most people understand as traditional or transactional networking. So, traditional transactional networking is as the name sounds, where you're transacting or exchanging leads, referrals, or job offers. It's more transactional in nature. Now, with relational networking, there are no sales pitches, there's nothing to transact. It's about having a meaningful conversation to learn from and about someone to build lasting and authentic relationships. Yes, grace is important. Yes, I totally agree with you. I see you as a LinkedIn private person, so I don't know who you are, but I'm sure I know who you are. I just can't see it here. But grace is really important. So let me tie all of this together for you. So, relational networking, having a meaningful conversation to learn from and about someone, to build a lasting and authentic relationship. One of the things early on when I was starting my entrepreneurial journey and I was training on networking and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, I really leveraged the brain power of everybody in the room that had been there and done that, were doing the thing that I wanted to do, and asked for advice. And a lot of people gave me guidance and told me the things that they thought I would be good at. Laura, you would be so good on video. You're so good on all of these things. And I kind of listened to that. I don't know if this sounds true for you, but you hear something like that that doesn't sound true for you. And you're like, yeah, but I don't believe that's true. And this one person just kept telling me over and over and over and over. And I finally realized I need to own that might be true. I'm not comfortable on video. I might not be comfortable on certain things, but if I come across well, maybe I need to embrace that as the vehicle to create the impact that I want to create. And so I gave myself grace, to use that word, to try imperfectly. And I said, okay, let me practice on a couple of the videos. When I tell you my earliest videos are a crack up when I go back and look at them. But I went ahead and I tried it. And sure enough, I had greater impact and greater engagement being on video. And so I continued playing along, still not really believing that I was good on these things, and leveraging video, leveraging the virtual space. Fast forward 13 years. And I am 100% tethered to the online world because of a diagnosis for two autoimmune Lyme disease. I am no longer able to leave the house at that moment. Now, I've gotten a lot better since I was first diagnosed, but I'm still 100% reliant on the digital space. Thank goodness. I listened to those comments. Thank goodness he was absolutely persistent with telling me what I needed to do because of what potential he saw inside of me. because now I had the confidence, the skill to say, this is how I'm going to pivot my entire business. This is how I'm going to move forward. The reason I'm going late today is because I've been on live one-on-one Zooms and I've been doing workshops and on video all day long. And I've been able to connect and create impact with the people that I've been talking to, impact that I love doing, that would never have been possible had I not been open when I was networking to connect with someone, to learn from them, to learn about them, and allow them to pour into me what they saw as my potential. So when you are allowing yourself to leverage everyone else's brain power and best practice, when you are open to building a lasting and authentic relationship to learn from them in a meaningful way, that is where you get to unlock your true potential. Even if you're like me and at first you're like, it's hard for me to believe. It's really interesting to me when I look back and I go all the way back even to high school, where I was in the Distributive Education Clubs of America. And the instructor at the time was known for predicting what you were going to be when you grew up, what industry you were going to be in just before you graduated high school. And I remember him telling me that I was going to be doing something with computers, because back then that's what we called anything that was technology related. You're going to be doing something with computers. I laughed at that out loud because what I was training for at the time was something very, very different than what I do now. And what was so hilarious for me is the first real job that I had that was salaried and wasn't an hourly paying job was in the technology department. And then I was actually working for a semiconductor company, the things that build computers. So he wasn't entirely wrong. And then I worked for the gaming industry. And now I'm helping people work stress free with AI. And I'm leveraging technology and computers for the down and dirty networking online community. This is what we utilize to be able to have global impact and global reach. I love this. What we're seeing here in chat. One of my favorite quotes is as follows: life is about making an impact, not an income. Kevin Cruz. I love that. It's absolutely right. It is about making an impact, not an income. That is at my core, my mission is to help you have the greatest impact, help you make the greatest impact in your life. And if I can impact and influence you in that way, that's the right way to do it. And that is what relational networking can do for you. I have seen it time and time again. I have trained countless thousands of corporate professionals and entrepreneurs on this topic, and I've watched what's happened with their potential, what opportunities come their way when they get out of the way of selling and telling, when they get out of the way of self promotion, and they get to know someone on a deep and meaningful level. Not only do you have much more fun, not only is it the life raft off the island of alone when you feel like you're the only one going through what you're going through and you're the only one able to get you out of whatever rut or challenge you're facing. It just makes things easier. So if you're looking for a professional easy button and you want to unlock your potential in a much more easy way to where you just don't want to make it hard because I'm tired of hard, that's how you do it. You ask people how to do that. Some of the other ways I've been able to upgrade launching down and dirty networking and basically taking all of the training that I did over the years and create the experience in the community. The ideas for all of that became or basically came out of conversations that I had with some of the people in my trusted network. Being able to launch Working Stress Free with AI came out of conversations with people. The way that I launched it in the pivot and the upgrades that I've made have all come out of getting to learn from and about other people and listening to the ways that they're approaching things and being open to being coachable and then doing the work. So back to the whole video thing. And I know, Inger, you'll appreciate this. It is hilarious. It is hilarious to me that the thing that I resisted is the thing that I utilize most. And I'm grateful for that. And so you never know what's the vehicle that's going to allow you to make the greatest impact, to let your light shine. Maybe it's the thing you dislike, the thing you don't know enough about. I wasn't very much aware of how I could create impact through technology or even AI or through a networking community. And that's exactly what I've been able to do. And yeah, you're right. Something with computers. They weren't wrong. I need to go find Mr. Brakowski and let him know you weren't wrong. You were absolutely right. And I'm grateful that I was open to the journey and I was open to the feedback from people in my trusted network and that I was able to really, okay, if I were going to do this, how would I do it? What would be the simplest way to do this? How do you see me doing this when I couldn't even envision it? How do you see this playing out? And allowing them to share a vision and cast a vision I couldn't see for myself. So, how do you unlock your potential? You engage in relational networking. You ask open ended questions and you allow others to pour into you. But don't make it a one-way conversation. When you execute on a thing that you want to execute on and you're applying the thing that somebody tells you, acknowledge them. Let them know, okay, I did a thing. And I did. I remember the very first video that I launched, in keeping with what I was being told to do. I went back and I sent the link and I said, I took imperfect action. I heard what you said and I did it anyway. Thank you for pushing me in the right direction. And he's just been a cheerleader ever since. And I really appreciate that. And I don't think we have this meaningful thankfulness and gratefulness. I don't know about you, but when was the last time you got a standing ovation for doing the dishes? When was the last time you got a standing ovation for doing a good job at work? You don't typically. And if you do, fantastic. Hold on to that job. We have to make sure we're giving standing ovations to the people that have really poured into us. That's how you build a meaningful and authentic relationship. That's how you do that. So I thank you, Mr. Barkowski. I thank you, Pat, for allowing me to see something, for allowing your vision to be the vision I couldn't see, for allowing you to shine a light on a blind spot I didn't even know was something I would love doing. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. And yes, it's a couple hours later, but I'm grateful that all of you are on here. And maybe I'm babbling because it's been a long day and my brain is shutting down, but it goes back to grace. Give yourself grace to take imperfect action. Give yourself grace to get a day off when you need it. And give yourself grace to be a person of integrity. If you're going to make a commitment to do something or to give it a try, because there is no try, do or do not. There is no try. My favorite quote. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take imperfect action. I'm going to keep moving forward and I'm going to see what's up. See what comes of it. What's it going to hurt? Let me just see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, I might change somebody else's life and it might change my own. And that is how you unlock your potential. Yeah, hashtag grace. Exactly. That's how you unlock your potential, is being open and being available to other people, and then flip it around. So you say thank you to them, but maybe you're going to be able to provide that to somebody else. At a meeting today, it was an accountability meeting with somebody earlier, and I couldn't help myself. I could see very clearly the path ahead for her. And I asked permission, is it okay if I share what's coming up for me? She said, yes, absolutely. And so I did. And she was open to it. And I said, by the way, what's the, if this is the direction you want to go, what's the best way I can support you? I'm going to tune in. I'm going to see how she does. And whatever her decision is and whatever she decides to do is on her. But I poured back into her, much like it was poured back into me. And I'll stay on to make sure, just like they stayed with me. Laura, you really need to think about that. Laura, you really need to think about that, because there's something there and you got to listen to that. So that is how you unlock your potential. You be open, give yourself grace, and you engage in relational networking, and then pay it back with a thank you and giving and casting a vision for somebody else when you see it. Don't hold that gift to yourself. Give it to them. I'm telling you, it's been a great gift for me for multiple digit years. So I hope it's been a great gift, for you to get to hear this. Think about who's gifted you. Who do you go, you know what? I need a thank you. Tag them on this post. This will be a big thank you post. And we will recognize them and say, thank you for shining a light and creating impact and allowing them to unlock your potential and create greater impact for the people you're interacting with. So tag them in this post if you think this is helpful. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in late. I appreciate everybody for chiming in chat, LinkedIn, on Ingrid. Thank you so much. For those of you on YouTube and on Facebook, thank you so much. And if you're watching replay, type in chat. I reply to every comment. All right, guys. I hope this was helpful. Please give a thumbs up, tag a friend, tag someone you owe a thank you to. That's going to be your action step if you choose to accept it. And stay tuned to every Wednesday between 3:30 and 5:30 p.m. Central for another live networking know-how, unless I'm having another day like today. Just hang tight, subscribe, stay tuned to wherever you're watching. And if you want to catch any of our past episodes, sometimes I have an interview with people. If you want to learn some of these tips, check out the Down and Dirty Networking page on LinkedIn, Facebook, or on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. It fell out of my head. I'm like, okay, what's the third one? That's it. YouTube. There's my grace. End the day. So we definitely do it. Thank you so much. I'm appreciating that you love that. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have an amazing week. Thanks for watching. Like I said, tag a friend, give a thumbs up. And until we talk again next week, happy networking.